There were a couple items I didn't think I'd be talking about today, and one was the Broncos beating the Chiefs. I didn't think we'd be talking about Will Levis and Kansas football against Oklahoma. Sure, that's the beauty of what we get to do every single day. Let me start with the Broncos over the Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes had never lost to a divisional opponent in his entire career. He was 16-0 on the road. And we didn't think that Denver was going to be that team that was going to snap that streak. Now, Mahomes was under the weather, had, I guess, the flu or flu-like symptoms. But give credit to the Broncos as they shut down the Chiefs. And, if, when you look at the NFL from week to week, and you go, okay, this is a Broncos defense that gave up 70 points to the Dolphins. They hold the Chiefs to 9. That's the beauty and kind of misery, I guess, of the NFL, where you're trying to figure it out, like, what's the pattern here? Why did this happen? And I don't know if I'm the only one. I'm sure there's other people that see this, but it feels like when Russell Wilson was successful in Seattle, they managed the offense. They had a great defense, and Pete Carroll managed the offense. We're going to run the football. Don't need to throw the ball 25, 30 times. They were very successful. Feels like Sean Payton would like to bring that back. He would like to have his running backs carry the football 35 times, or in this case, 40 times, and play good defense. And that's what you saw yesterday. It wasn't a question of let Russ cook. I think when they let Russ cook in Seattle and also in Denver, it didn't go as well. But it feels like there's more of a formula there of Russ, I don't know, maybe less than 20 times. Maybe we run the football. Maybe we play good defense. And maybe we can beat some teams. And you beat Kansas City at home. Yes, Marv?
Do you think the Broncos need sous chefs?
For the cook?
Correct.
Oh, okay. I don't know. But thanks for asking. It feels like a Fritzy question. Thank you, Todd.
You're welcome.
Okay. Congratulations to your Broncos there, Todd.
Thank you.
Yes.
Long haul. 3-5 isn't much of anything, but that was
No, that's enough because you didn't think they were going to do it.
He didn't pick him on Friday?
No.
I think I said any given Sunday, watch the upset.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
I wouldn't be surprised if I thought he said
Yeah.
It's always safe to say that.
No, you weren't even there. I said, Todd, take them.
I said they lost to them 16 times in a row. They're 2-5.
And
Why
I
would
said
think
they were.
I
said they were due. And
you did say that.
Yes, but I'm glad you're in a good mood because normally that doesn't happen with your Broncos.
And it's my anniversary today.
Oh, well, happy anniversary.
24
Todd.
years today. Just thought I'd share that.
Okay.
It's a very good day. Broncos and anniversary.
All right.
Back to you in the studio, Dan.
Which one would you prefer?
A Bronco victory or celebrating an anniversary?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's a loaded question. I'm going to have to go.
Just be honest.
Well, anniversaries, birthdays is just a number. I've been rooting for the Broncos since 1977. I met my wife many years after that.
Who do you love more?
Let me tell you this. I was in a fantastic mood as the Broncos were wrapping up their victory. And I don't remember the last time I got that kind of feeling in recent weeks.
Whoa, if you know what I mean.
Stat of the day brought to you by Panini America, the official trading cards of the Dan Patrick Show. Best and worst of the weekend. We'll get to your phone calls coming up. Seton will have the poll question responsibilities. This first hour brought to you by the Breeders' Cup, the World Championships at Santa Anita Park, coming up this next weekend. And it'll be NBC carrying that November 3rd and 4th. Catch all the action, the world's best thoroughbreds. And they will be breaking from the starting gate for the 40th running of the Breeders' Cup World Championships at beautiful Santa Anita. All right, Seton, what do we have?
Well, just quickly back to the Broncos thing.
All right.
It sounds like the Broncos going to a more conservative offense and game plan. Let's run the ball. Let's rely on our defense. All that stuff is great for the Broncos.
Yes.
How terrible is that for Russell Wilson?
Well,
it feels a little, the way I interpreted it was, Russ, we don't want you to try and win games. We're just asking you to stop losing them. So what we want you to do is hand it to this guy and throw it as little as possible.
Well, he had 19 passes. That's the fewest attempts as a Bronco. But he did throw 3 touchdown passes. it felt like, but here's Sean Payton, offensive genius, and he's
saying I can't work with this guy.
Yeah, I've got him.
I'm an offensive genius, and I want my quarterback to throw the ball as low as possible.
Yes, but that's the genius. That's the genius. Nobody brings in a quarterback making $50 million and saying, let's pass less. Let's just hand the ball off, play good defense. But it did work against the Kansas City Chiefs. But do I think this is a formula? A pattern? Is it sustainable? It doesn't feel like these two are on the same page. It just, Russ is Russ. He's bigger than just that quarterback who was drafted by Seattle. He's a brand. And brands don't want to be watered down, muted. They want to be able to showcase their talent. Well, Sean Payton is a brand. Hey, I'm an offensive genius. It just doesn't feel like their approach is the same. Now, Russ is going to say all the right things. Hey, it's all about winning. Let's ride. And Sean Payton's going to be, hey, we took whatever the defense gave us. That was our approach. It's week to week here in the NFL. Yes, Eden.
There was all of this talk about, maybe we shouldn't be letting Russ cook, right? And then all of a sudden, like a week or two ago, it changed to, maybe Sean Payton was nothing without Drew Brees. Like, well, we're going to put an end to that. I'm going to let this guy stop ruining my legacy, too.
Here is Sean.
Go ahead and let this guy stop screwing up my name as well, and you just hand it off, son. Thank you.
Here's Sean Payton, the Broncos head coach.
We did the things you do when you win. We were +4 in the turnover battle. We rushed the ball better than they did. I thought we defensively did a fantastic job with their offense and a tough offense. And we didn't have the sack production, but we had a lot of hurries.
And here's Russell Wilson Jr. III.
We had a great week of practice. We knew that we could come out and win this football game and play great in front of our fans. And just to win, beat the Chiefs, at home in front of our fans, and just in front of Broncos country. And just the crowd was amazing tonight. They brought us that extra energy. Guys made plays on defense. Guys made plays on offense, special teams. It was an amazing team effort.
Yes, it was. Let's ride. Here is Patrick Mahomes talking about being under the weather.
Started feeling bad last night. Thought I'd bounce back pretty well in the morning, so just trying to do whatever I can to go out there and play my best football. Wasn't good enough, obviously the turnovers, but just in the execution in general. I mean, they have to do a good job against us with their defense, but we got to execute at a high enough level, and we clearly haven't done it in the 2 games we played against them.
The Chiefs now go to Frankfurt, Germany to play the Dolphins. We'll talk to Peter King about how this game came about because I think there were only 2 options. The Chiefs wanted to play in Germany, and there were only 2 teams that were probably going to be available for them to play when they were putting out the schedule. One, obviously, was the Dolphins, and the other one, the Detroit Lions. So we'll talk to Peter King. Also, the trade deadline coming up tomorrow. If you're Tennessee, if you found your quarterback in Will Levis, do you now trade Derrick Henry? Because if this is the Will Levis era in Tennessee, Derrick Henry is not going to be around for that much longer. Just do the math with running backs and how long they last and if you want to keep them. And Derrick Henry would have some value on the open market, but how much value? We're going to find out. But, 4 touchdown passes, no picks. He throws effortlessly. And DeAndre Hopkins. But this is going into the draft. It was like Will Levis. And I watched him play twice, 2 entire games, and I didn't see it. I just thought that there was talent there. There wasn't consistency. And then leading up to the draft, people were just picking him apart. And Tennessee got it. And if you're a Tennessee fan, you're like, wait a minute. We have a quarterback. We drafted a quarterback, and now we're going to draft another quarterback. Well, maybe you found your guy. Certainly looked comfortable back there. And I wonder moving forward if you're now more likely to trade Derrick Henry than you were before. Because Tannehill coming back, maybe you can salvage the season. But if you're a Tennessee fan, you probably are like, yeah, Ryan, take a little bit more time there. Here's Will Levis on his NFL debut.
This is a dream come true for sure, but we have what time is it right now? 3:48. Yeah, I got 12 minutes to celebrate it before we're on to Pittsburgh, as Vrabel said. So, but like you said, I've been dreaming of this moment as a kid my entire life. Even just to touch the field in an NFL game, let alone get a win, is incredible.
Yeah, and DeAndre Hopkins, who knew? It's like, whoa, Julio Jones catches a touchdown pass. DeAndre Hopkins catches a touchdown pass. A couple of them there. Yes, Don.
Has he been in the league long enough to just refer to him as Vrabel?
Well, I did hear that, and I went, ooh, I don't know if that'll cost you. Yeah, you know what, Vrabel, we're moving on to Pittsburgh. It's like, okay. Maybe the players call him Vrabel. Yes, Eden.
Yeah, he seems like a guy who's like, nah, just call me that. Just call me Vrabel. Everybody calls me Vrabel. Don't call me Coach.
Yes, Marv.
Yeah, I'm all right with that. Now, if he said, Mike said, oh, who you calling Mike?
Wait, you're okay? You're okay if he calls him Vrabel, but not if he calls him Mike?
Yeah, first name. No, at least. No,
What?
Coach. So what should he call him?
Coach.
That's it?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, you're not calling him Vrabel.
But like Seton said, he might say, man, just call me Vrabel.
Well, that's what I'd like to find out. But if from the outside listening in, I'd be like, whoa, okay.
It's like if you meet somebody like, hey, Mr. O'Connor, like, no, hold on. Mr. O'Connor's my dad, okay? You call me Patrick. You know what I mean? One of those guys.
But you don't go, call me O'Connor.
Yeah, no, I don't. But Mike Vrabel might be that kind of guy. He might be just call me Vrabel.
Yes, Todd.
I'm not comparing Vrabel to Belichick, but I will say if Tom Brady ever referred to Bill Belichick as, well, like Belichick says, I would still be uncomfortable.
No, he calls
with
him
that.
Bill. He calls him Bill.
But I could never imagine Tom Brady ever referring to Bill Belichick as, yeah, Belichick said we should move on from this one.
Yes, Marv.
What about with the Spurs? All the players called him Pop. They called Greg Popovich Pop.
Yeah, but that's a nickname. They don't call him Popovich.
I'm not sure what him.
No, they just call him Pop. He probably says, call me Pop. Yes.
Remember when you met Father Harbaugh?
Yeah.
Patrick Harbaugh!
Yes.
That's how he introduced himself.
Yes, he did.
That was how you guys shook hands. Patrick Harbaugh!
But I wouldn't call him Harbaugh. I'd call him Coach or Mr. Harbaugh.
You'd call him Mr. Harbaugh.
Yeah. But he's reached out to me when I met Jim's dad. He's like, Patrick Harbaugh. I said, hi, Coach. But I didn't say Harbaugh.
Yeah. Hey, so Harbaugh.
Yeah.
Tell me
No,
how
you
proud are
can't
you of
do
your
that.
sons?
Yes, Marvin.
So you're okay if Will Levis, if Vrabel said, hey, call me. See, I just called him Vrabel. If Mike Vrabel said, hey, call me Vrabel, it's okay in that case.
Yeah. Yeah. If he says it, that, hey, you can do that. But then, the people on the outside don't know if Vrabel said that. And maybe he has. Hey, just call me Vrabel. Yes, Paul.
Mike Vrabel just saw a Titans quarterback throw 4 touchdowns and 0 picks in a game. You call me anything.
Yeah.
Sally, Jennifer, whatever.